Live on YouTube. Yes. So guys, how was the weekend? It was good. Could you guys rest a little bit? I think it's the first time that I see Glorinha here with me. Yeah,
Yeah, the first time with you.
that's good. So let me, before I present myself. So Marcel already know me. He has been here with me, I guess, for 2 months. 2.5. My name is Wellington, but you can call me Well. I'm a host here on TNT since October 2020, but as a participant, I have been here since July 2020, so almost 3 years. I am living in Rio de Janeiro, but I was born in Salvador, and I work with financial planning in the logistic area. I just love to talk a lot. Doesn't matter if it is in English or Portuguese. I like to meet people. I like to dance, and I like to nowadays do some exercise and go to the beach. It's something that I really love. So I guess that is all about me. And how about you, Gloria?
My name is Glorinha. I'm 62 years old. I live in Belo Horizonte, and I'm retired, but I have my own business. I continue work in my business, and I have 2 children, grown children, a daughter and a son. I have 2 pets. I love pets, and in my free time I like to to go to the movie to the cinema. I like play shuttlecock. I like walk with my friends, and um, and I like so much to study English because I'm interested learn English a lot in this year.
Pretty
That's it.
good. And long time no see you, Bruno. How are you doing?
Hey, my friend, I'm doing great, better, much better now.
That's good.
Participating of your meeting, it's been a while since we talked for the last time,
Exactly.
and it's always a pleasure to be here and talking to you, man.
I would say the same. I have missing to be with other people that I already know from TNT on other meetings. I guess after the pandemic it started to be controlled, we kind of lost how it was before, We have a whole different situation during the pandemic that we have to adapt on to online life, but then we have to suddenly went back to before, but not as used to be, but pretty similar. And I don't know if Glorinha and Márcio know you, Bruno. Could you present yourself to them?
Sure, sure. So my name is Bruno, guys, and I'm 33 years old. I'm married. I live in Sun City, and I am a host here as well. My meetings are on Saturdays, so if you want to come to participate of my meeting, it would be a pleasure to have you there. Including you, Mr. Well, because
Yeah,
it
I need
would be
to.
a pleasure to have you there as well. And I have 2 kids. I work at a freight forwarder company, and there I'm part of the collection team. So basically, my job is to receive the outstanding amount. So yeah, it's a kind of receivables collector, yeah, this is my job, and basically that's it.
Thanks,
Bruno,
Bruno.
I don't understand where you live.
I'm from Santos. I live born and raised here. Yeah.
Okay.
And you, Márcio?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Marcio Nunes. I live from my city called Linhares, in the state of Espírito Santo. I'm 44 years old. I'm married. I live with my wife and my son. I'm a student administration. I'm a student English. Uh, I have a little dog. This last weekend for me a little different because I enjoy big moments with my son and my wife during Saturday and Sunday. I don't participate any meeting this weekend, but I return today for participate with us.
It's pretty good. Thanks, Márcio. And your dog is the same as the plate behind you, or is a different dog? There is a plate. Be careful if the dog is the same race.
My dog, the race Maltese.
Oh. So it's different from the plate. Yeah, a placa, the plate behind you that we can see.
Yeah, yes, the plate is, I forgot, homenagem. Homenagem, homenagem a my dog, but I buy only this model.
I got it. You are right about this. So guys, today we are gonna talk about money, but not any money, about credit cards. I don't know if you guys uses it a lot, that is pretty common in Brazil, but I don't know if you guys know that split the parcels of the credit card is something really new on outside in Europe and United States, and it's something that we do for a long time. I actually work in a fintech, so I know a little bit about credit cards and things like this. And first of all, I would like to mix the question number one. How many credit cards do you have? And do you like to have credit cards? What do you like most? The first and the second one. I will start with Bruno, that works with money too.
Well, yeah, in my case, I have just one credit card, because I think that it's useful when you are in a situation that you don't have money and you need to pay something, really urgent. So you need to use your credit card, in this kind of situation. But I try to avoid to use it, if I have cash, because I prefer to pay in cash, than to use credit card, because I know that it can become a snowball, in the end of the month. So I prefer to pay in cash if I have the possibility, Yeah.
That's good. And you, Glorinha? Do you have many? And do you like?
Yeah, I have two credit cards, and I have credit cards a long time because I don't like how can I say burocracia? I think when you buy about credit card, use it credit cards, the possibility of buying what I need, you need, without burocracia. A long time ago, when you need buy some things, and you don't have credit cards, was burocracia, a lot burocracia. Eu não sei se é isso que falo. Tinha muita burocracia para você comprar, né? Tinha créditos diários. And today it's very good because you have credit cards, open the door for you. You buy, you need, and you have. I have benefícios from accumulating points in my credit cards, or miles, and I used to when I will travel.
It's really good.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's very useful. And to close this one, Márcio, I have a lot of questions, but let's finish this role.
So for me, I have 4 credit card. I love credit card. Like the credit card is the best method for pay, but it's complicated administration, because I use different dates for pay my credit card. I look to use only necessary, but the credit card is a great I forgot ferramenta. Tool. I use it a lot because I don't use money. I forgot it. Paper money. I use the credit card, and I use Pix. Today, some stores don't accept Pix because the system. I use more credit card.
Yeah, just like you guys, I have nowadays 2 credit cards, but I use one most. I remember I just have 2 on my life. I guess it's pretty useful to us. And when you have to buy something on internet, for example, I like to use a lot because it's safer. If you have any problem, you can cancel, and you won't lose your money that you have. So to me, on those situations, I prefer to use. And we have some mechanisms that helps a lot. For example, virtual credit cards that you can generate just one to buy. So this is better than you paying cash and losing your money in a row, and we have a lot of frauds nowadays. So we must be careful with our money. And thinking about credit cards, and Gloria said something that remembered me a question. Do you guys remember the first thing that you bought with your credit card? And about this, if you didn't have a credit card, would you be able to buy? I can start to give you guys time to think. The first thing that I bought with my credit card, it was a cell phone. You know, I split in some parcels, but if I had to wait, I guess I would wait for like 6 months, 7 months to buy one. And with credit card, it becomes easier to me. And I was pretty organized. I just split a part of my money to pay. And I guess this is really useful. It was something that I really needed and was possible just because of my credit card. And for you, Glorinha, do you remember the first thing that you bought with your credit card?
Um, for a long time ago.
But
I
something
used,
special. Don't need to be the first one. Something special that you bought that you think that maybe without the credit card, you would take more time to buy.
how can I say esteira?
I guess Easter. I guess it's Easter. Let me
Easter.
see.
I
If,
bought I bought
It's belt. Easter is escada. Belt.
belt, and I pay for a long time, a long time. I don't remember the number, but I thought I bought a long time, 12, I don't know, 12 vezes. But
You can see parcels.
I use my credit cards so much.
That is it. And you, Márcio, do you remember the first thing or something like remarkable as Glorinha?
So I believe the first bought with my credit card, I believe clothes with me and my family. But I remember now the special bought with my credit card when I organization one travel with I and my family. I bought my ticket plane because, for example, I travel next year. I buy ticket plane because the cheap price, the ticket I buy now, I split 10 times for I get to travel next year. For me, I remember the best watch I buy with my credit card.
Yeah, that's good. I guess traveling is something really good to do with credit card because it's normally expensive. And mainly when you have to travel with the whole family, it's really complicated to pay everything in a whole. Thanks, Márcio. And you, Bruno, do you remember?
Yeah, I think so. I think that I bought some clothes for me, for the first time. I remember that I was with my mom, and we went to the center, to buy new clothes for me because it was the first time that I was buying something for me, and I think that I remember that I bought something for her as well, and it was special for me because it was my first wage, so it's always remarkable, when you do something like that and you are a teenager, and you usually you always your parents uh, they provide for you, doing a long time, and when you have a special occasion that you can buy something for them, and for yourself, of course, it's something remarkable, it's really good. Yeah.
it's something really awesome to be done. And guys, I will switch the way of the conversation. I would like to hear something that is opposite of like realizing a dream or something for the first time. Do you have have you ever had problems with your credit card, or know someone's closer to you that like got stuck on parcels, and like Bruno said before, getting to a snowball and just saw the fees growing and growing and the amount of debits? Have you ever if you have passed through these, how did you get out? You know, I guess it's something really difficult to pass through. Who would you like to start this one?
I can go.
Go on.
Yes, in my case, yes, I already passed through this situation, before when I was a teenager and I started to work. After some months later, I started to, to buy things. But for example, I realized that I need to buy some stuffs for me, and I always talk with my mom, because she always needs to buy something for her and for the family in general, And but the my mistake was to buy everything in the same time, because I in my opinion, when you need to buy something, you need to analyze the situation. For example, if you want buy something, you need to put on the table, do I need this? If I need, how much money I have, and or just change the flow. I need this. Do I need this? Do I have the money to do this? And I will use the money for this, And if you answer these three questions, and in the end of this process, you have the money to pay what you want, go for it. But if you don't complete these three questions, if you stop on on this on this one of these phases, you need to stop and rethink about if you really need to buy this stuff, because sometimes we want to buy, but we don't have the money, and we want to use the credit card, and in this situation, you get caught, so you need to pay attention on this, to don't, to start to have issues with this kind of thing, and your life, you will start to be a snowball, because I remember that I did this in the past, and in the next month I didn't have any money to spend with, on the weekends, and I always and I had worked just to pay the bills, not to enjoy my weekends and some vacation or something like that, and I spent a long time, paying the bills without enjoying the life, let's say like this. So it's a little bit complicated when you don't have this how can I say,
His
this
conscience.
consciousness, you don't manage so well your bills, it's really complicated. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
totally agree. And for you two guys, would you like to share a little bit?
O Editon, é o Editon?
Yeah,
Eu não entendi bem a sua pergunta. Você pode repetir para mim, por favor?
of course, I will repeat. Have you ever struggled or passed through a difficult situation with your credit card, or do you know someone that have got into debits because of credit cards? Do you got it? The question?
Deixa eu ver se eu entendi. Se if I had some problems, use my credit cards.
Yeah, but this kind of
about limit or
yeah.
if
If you have,
I
if you know someone,
if I need buy something and my credit cards don't how can I say, eu não
that is not
consigo
limited
comprar por
enough.
falta de limite.
No,
Yeah?
it's if you have problems like get in troubles because of this. Let me say if I can this. How can I simplify this in English? Like you have bought a lot of things, and because of this, you had problems in paying these kind
Okay.
of things. You know,
Okay.
or if you know someone that passed for this situation. If you have never, if it's okay for you, if you know someone.
Okay. I understand now. In my case, I don't buy something anything without I need, and if I don't have condition to pay, how can I say, a fatura cheia?
The full bill.
Yeah, because I think the interested charge, it's on the card, invoice to absurd. For me, it's absurd. If you don't pay fatura, né, assim, o valor total, you pay interested charged juros altos.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's so bad.
Yeah, I'm totally agree with you. And you, Márcio, how is it for you? Have you ever passed or know someone?
So I remember now the problem I had in the past when I buy one clothes, the credit card machine wrong. I pay the clothes twice because the credit card machine, the first I forgot the message, the credit card machine. Esqueci. I forgot. Passei the credit card again. Finish the buy, but when I receive my bill, the shopping twice the bill I had to pay these clothes twice. For me, the bad situation.
Yeah, this is a real problem. I am really like relaxed that most of us here didn't have problems. Bruno had, but now he can manage well. It's something really good, and it's pretty difficult to see in Brazil people that know how to deal with money and control themselves. You know, we can see a lot of people that have a lot of debts, like more than 60% of the Brazilians had problems. So it's really difficult Would you like to add something, Marcel? Sorry, I just interrupted you.
I would like talk to you about the problems the credit card. I watch one in the television, the news about I forgot aproximação in the inside the banks. Several people use the credit card machine, the set the value. I forgot aproxima the people for roubar your credit.
Yeah, we have a lot of frauds in Brazil about money and credit card. And have you guys ever passed for a situation like this? Have your credit card stolen or cloned? You know, I had a lot of times. I don't know if guys, it was a coincidence when I have been here in Rio before I moved to that happened twice because of iFood and once in my virtual credit card on the subway. I don't know how this happened. It was a virtual that I just put close to the subway to pass to, you know. I guess they are evolving a lot of times. How do you guys manage to not be like trapped on these kind of things? How do you guys protect yourselves to not get into these things?
I don't like you to use my credit cards to approximation. I don't like. Eu não confio.
But you have something that make you think about it, or it is because of what you see? What make you feel like a little bit afraid?
Because I listen in the past when start to use the approximation credit cards. I listen many people to say don't confidence, because if you approximate estava vendo muita fraude about credit cards approximation, and eu pus isso na cabeça e não consegui tirar mais. Até hoje eu não confio. Eu tenho certeza que hoje tem mais segurança, mas eu não consigo usar. Bloqueou aqui, eu não consigo usar.
Yeah. Maybe one day you will trust again. As someone that works in a company that deal with these kind of things, you know, it's really safe. But we have to keep ourselves protect, because it's like in everything else we can have problems. I guess the most dangerous thing is what Marcio said, that people try to put POS close to your credit card, so control the limit that you can pay. It's something like really good to be done, you know. And saying about this, I remember at the time that I have my first credit card, we need to like sign or show the ID with your credit card to people see that it was really yours. Nowadays they doesn't see. You can use your own for another person. You just go there and pay. They don't care about from who is this credit card, you know. I don't know when we lost this, but we lost. I guess maybe when we stopped to pass and just push with a ship. Yeah. But I understand, I feel you, Glorinha. I had problems too before and believe in it, but since I started to work and deal with this closer, I got it that, okay, it's safe.
Okay.
And yeah, I just lost myself here on thinking about it. How is it for you, Marcio?
So in my case, I don't use credit card when I travel by car in the freeway, my city, by another city. I don't use my credit card in the freeway because the big problem is with the cloning the credit card in the, I forgot, beira de estrada. I don't use. I prefer uh, I forgot agora.
Cash?
I prefer cash because the big problem in the clone the credit card beira de estrada.
Yeah. And you, Bruno?
Well, so in my case, I like to do the things in a traditional way, you know. Of course, that there are some situations that we need to use online card, you know, or something like that. But when I, for example, when I go out with my family, I prefer to use, if I need to use the credit card, you know, I use in a traditional way that you pass in the little machine, you know, and use it, not to approximate it, you know, because I know that there are a lot of situations where you can be stolen, you know, so it's something really complicated. And I mean, and when I need to use it on internet, for example, I think that there is no other way, you know. You need, when you need to use it, you need to use it, but you can check before you pay the billet, for example, if the company that shows in the document is the real name of the company that you are buying something, you know, or if it is related with the company, you know, because, for example, if you buy something from Magazine Luiza, for example, the name of the company needs to be the same, or some company related with this, you know, and you can check it before you pay the the bill. Let's say like this. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good tip too. And we said before, actually, Gloria said about the interest, yeah, interest charges on credit cards that are too high in Brazil. Why do you guys think that is this way, too high, and why people keep using if it's too high? Do we have another options? How could we like protect ourselves? I can start with this one because to me that there are some things, but I would say there are 2 points. First, that we have a few a few number of banks in Brazil, so they can choose how to know to offer the things to the people. When we don't have option, we can just go on what is possible to us. And the second one is because there are so many people, oh my gosh, I forgot the word in English, but inadimplente. Yeah, defaulter. Yeah. And because of these, the others suffer the consequences because it's money. Bank will not lose their money. Anyone want to lose their money? They don't do this for charity. They want to have some rents, and because of this, they like have this higher interest for people, and we are on their hands. I guess it's pretty better nowadays that we have a lot of digital banks, we have more options, and as also Gloria said, it's easier to you get credit than before, but it's still really hard. And what do you guys think about it?
Well, I think that it's a way that the companies have to make money for themselves, because it's is related with their product, their service, so they need to charge us about it. And for example, if I give you some money, I forgot the name how to say loan. Yeah, I think so.
Loan.
Loan. Yeah, if I loan you some money, for example, I need to gain some money on it. It's a way that I have to protect myself, I mean protect my money, and make more money, because the money that I loan you, borrow you, I don't know, I could use it to invest money on other things, so I need to to make money with this action, if I loan something to you, I need to make money doing it. And the cost of money is changing, every single day. So for example, if you have 10 reais right now, in the future it will be more expensive, let's say like this. So you need
Yeah.
to manage it. That's it.
Inflation is acting. And for you, Márcio, what do you think about it?
Here in Brazil é complicated, né? But I try to get a little money, but I have my family, I have my bills. Today, I work through the pay my bill. When I get a little, I like it to application in the I forgot poupança, because is more simple application. I have a little. I don't application de poupança, because existe another methods, but I need more money, and I need application every month. A little I forgot quantia, because a long time is return. Now a little money, I application the poupança, because in the future I need to use this value again.
And you, Gloria, why do you think there are so high the interest on credit cards in Brazil?
I think it's the absurd things. I think, because for me, that's where they win, the companies. It's they eles cobram, esqueci como é que fala, eles cobram the interest charges absurd, and cobram the store, uma taxa, né? Eles cobram uma taxa também. E when you don't pay, when you pay the interest charge, you contribute for the company, because I think the company interest for them is interesting. You don't pay a fatura cheia. O interesse deles é ganhar mais nos juros. Eu não sei se
It's
vocês
a point.
entenderam.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got it what you said. Yeah, it's a good point of view. And guys, we said before, like, about people that don't control their money, that they have actually this lack of education. How do you think that those people could be empowered? You know, when should those people start? Actually, when should people start to learn about money? Where they should learn about this? And how was it for you? Because I can start this one too. I guess the main thing to me, it was on my house. In my house, my mother always taught me how to control and manage money. My father, it was a disaster, so my mother take care of all of the money. Thanks God, I learned with her, and now I can manage my things. But I guess they were really they were essential, actually, to I learned how to manage my money, how to control, in thinking before spending and setting targets for something that I wanted, in thinking about the future, because I am a young guy, and most of my friends and people that I know, actually, they are really conscious, but another that I just know but are not close to me, they spent a lot, without thinking in another day. So I guess in my house, it was essential for this. And after on my first job with some friends, I have learned, and also internet helped a lot, but I think on schools, we should learn too, because we all learn a lot of things. I always loved math, but I guess to my friends, especially those that didn't like it, math, if they could see this related to the daily routine, if they could understand the value of these, they could learn better, and most of Brazilians wouldn't have problem with dealing with money, with controlling, managing, and thinking about future too. And let me see, I will start with Marcio now. How do you think, Marcio, that where and when we should learn to manage and control money?
So in my case, I learned a lot because I like to pay my bills. I forgot in dia, because it's necessary to keep my credit. I like the administration my dates. I like, for example, my bill I need to pay day 5 next month. For example, I put your forgot vencimento for day 10, for example, because I have one time for I pay this bill. I forgot in dia. I like the administration my bills, I have my wife. Your bills, I help her with your bills. E this moment, I get administration. I looking for to buy only necessary, but some moments I buy another things, but I like to buy only necessary for my family.
Yeah, that's good. And who helped you? Who teach you to deal with money? It was your family who teach you when you were young? It was on school or by yourself that you learned?
Since I was a teenager, I use the credit card, I administration because my financial, I since I teenager, I administration. After I married, this administration with my family.
That's good. Thanks, Márcio. And you, Glorinha?
I think the schools should teach the children and the financial education, because when you if you learn in the when you were young, you have we will be more control and your money in the future. I think okay, credit cards, it's very good because if you don't have money and in that moment you need to buy anything, and you can buy with credit cards. But I think the better is you buy cash, because you control your impulse. The credit cards can you buy, if you don't have control, you can how can I say endividar? In debt. Você pode
Yeah.
ser, yeah, if you don't have control financial, you will be in debt in the future.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Glorinha. And Bruno, to close this one.
Well, I believe that you can learn it, by example. When you see your parents, for example, using the money in a proper way, you can learn from this, and you can use it in your personal life. In my case, since I was a child, I always watched my parents struggling with bills, and this kind of thing. And during some moment in my life, I did it as well. I passed through it, and it was terrible for me. And I realized that I would not to pass through it again, And if I need to, for example, make some loan, I would do it with, in a smart way, let's say like this, in order to not be harmed with a lack of money, during my life. So I think that, of course, that the government, put this kind of thing on in the schools. I think that the children, would become adults, with knowledge, with the knowledge to manage well their lives. But I don't know if they have this interest to do it. It's I for me that's the point. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And guys, we just have more 2 minutes before we close. I sent here the survey where you can fill there and give me some tips about topics or what I can do better here on TNT. And also, as we were talking about money, there is a documentary on Netflix called Money Explained that is really good. It's really short in 4 parts. I guess it's 4 part of 30 minutes. I have watched it a long time ago that explain a little bit how money was created and has evolved during the years and what is it expected for the future. Again, it's really good to learn a little bit and also practice English. So if you guys had a little time and like to know a little bit more about money, you can check on these. And as always, I like to thank you guys for coming to the meetings. I hope to see you on other meetings, mine or from the other hosts. I hope to be on Bruno's meeting soon. And the same for you guys. Have a good night. Take care. Keep studying